Well, what a year it's been. 2023 was wild, and don't worry, I'm not going to go through all the stuff that happened in 2023 because I'm pretty sure you've seen so many videos and TikToks like that already. However, admittedly, I did end up staring at the calendar and just thinking to myself, I'm changing, you know, I'm changing. And believe it or not, I believe that you're changing a lot too. Throughout the whole of 2023, just our lives in general, we make small little votes for the kind of person we want to be. And throughout the year, you've made millions, billions of trillions of these little votes to decide what kind of person you want to be. And that's reassuring to some. We've all changed, even though it seems like a waste of a fucking year. Some of us may have developed physically, some of us may have developed spiritually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I already said that, but oh well. Or even personally. I know that there is a difference between like finding a new favorite group you're obsessed with that does music and like being able to bench 100 kg. There's a difference there, but it still helps you to find out who you are. It still helps to shape you. It still helps to change you. We are not meant to be the same people as we were last year. If you look back and think to yourself, I'm the same, you're doing something a little bit wrong. Even though I think like the whole new year, new me thing is absolute bullshit because like, how does the new year affect your growth exactly? I do have some goals for 2024. And the reason for that is because I feel like one way or another, goals push us. There's situations we can put ourselves in that will ultimately shape us and really be able to stretch us to the max to show us what kind of people we really are, to even surprise ourselves, go past our own limits. So here's 15 goals I've got for 2024. All right, number one, find a job. Now, I know what you think, like, what the fuck, number one, find a job, like that shouldn't be a goal, that's like a necessity, a responsibility. Well, actually, finding a job is the easy part. It's just finding the right job, which would be the harder part. So obviously I want to be a filmmaker, but I obviously also have to pay taxes, pay the bills, pay, you know, rent, that kind of stuff, contribute to the house, etc. And also be able to flood some income into my filming passion. Whilst doing that, also allow me to develop myself, to experience new things, to work on my craft, to film, to direct, etc. And that is pretty hard to find. It has to be part-time and not something like moving fucking couches, because that would hurt, like that would kill my back and I'll be a crippled filmmaker. Oh, my leg! Number two is direct my own short film. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory. One way to the industry is to actually show why you should be in the industry. And there's no other way a director could do it rather than literally go out there and film and show people why they should be in the industry and why the industry is missing out. Why do I want to be a director and not direct until I get given like a directing job or like a professional directing job? Like, it won't make sense. I have to start now. I have to start doing things right now, because the longer I wait, the more disservice am I doing to myself. That's why no better way to learn about the industry than to live it. Quite ironic when there's an ambulance. Number three, direct four short films. Now, again, you're gonna see a pattern here with films. You're not gonna have to tell me. I know rushing creativity or forcing creativity is one quick step to burnout. But then again, the fastest step of procrastination is getting scared and not doing the work. You know, 4 films in a year is completely achievable. In addition, those films can range from 5 minutes to like 20. And 4 short films, not only this goal makes me get past this sort of fear factor of actually starting work, hard creative work, but also builds up my portfolio for potential jobs. It will stretch myself. This will give me an idea of how it's like to be in the industry, the ever so fast, competitive and always moving industry of film, and to achieve the next few goals on this list. And this also ties into the next goal, which is submit films into film festivals. The experience of just going to a film festival itself is so valuable, how it looks like, etc. Even though it would be for me like a pretty unknown student festival type of thing. Now, by no means am I expecting to win anything in the film festival. Maybe slight hopes. But it's more about recognition. It's more about showing myself out there as a filmmaker, as someone who makes content, as someone who wants to be established in this sort of industry. But yeah, no, it was more like that feedback and the networking afterwards and asking other people's opinion that don't necessarily like me, what their honest opinion about the project itself would be the most necessary part. Plus, it's just that boosted confidence of like, yeah, I'm getting my film to a professional event, or like an open event. Number 5, now this is kind of pointless because it's a secret, but like, hear me out. Basically, it's to do with a film I wrote a script for, and it's gonna get made by some other people. More on that maybe in a different video. But I can do something here, not necessarily related to film, but the industry, that can be a whole game changer for me and just like my career in general. The thing is, will I be able to do it? Because it's hard, it's an ambitious goal, and it's going to be around like the first half of the year, so don't worry, you won't have to be waiting for like ages. But it's wild, it's mad, and I don't want to say anything now because if I flop, like the whole subject is worth a video of its own, like completely. There's a little teaser for you. I edged you a little bit. Number 6, experience a real film set. Now, this can go 2 ways. It will be completely easy, and then the other side, I'm getting information that's completely hard. Now, that is what I need to do. That is what eventually I want to happen. I want to be on Hollywood sets. I want to be on this and that production and this production. But obviously, we all got to start as a runner, as a production assistant, etc. And I've tried to do that before, but not with the portfolio I have now. We'll figure it out. I've got a whole year to do that, which is no excuse, but I'll be spamming those jobs.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Experience a professional environment more than just like, you know, my like lonesome camera on a very cheap tripod. And my new microphone, which is fucking, it's crazy how, like, look how many shoots I failed just because of the functions this mic. Yeah, like, look at this. What the hell is this? Where would I ever use this? I don't know what's going on. The next 2 I can combine. So 10K on TikTok, 5K on Instagram, and 1K on YouTube. How did my music turn on? Brother, am I disturbing like the gods of nature? What is happening? If you know me, then you know that I hate social media and chasing followers or likes or that sort of stuff. You know, this sort of, I'm trying to get my engagement up. It just frustrates me. I think it's highly superficial, like very sort of Gen Z type of thing to do, which I feel like more and more people are starting to care about for the wrong reasons. Now, why the hell would I have this goal if I don't like it and I don't like to do it? Well, the reason being community. And you can learn all about that in here. Yes, the need for a community is insane. Why? Because I realized how incredible it is to learn from other filmmakers and other people in general. I've been on this course, link here, fuck me, where we made a short film together. Me and like various other young filmmakers, and the amount of things I learned of what to do and what not to do was incredible. The reason I set these very ambitious goals, which I'm aiming to reach but not expecting to, I won't be bummed out if I don't get freaking 10K, but you know, you can only shoot as high as you aim. Having something like social media that magnifies your reach on the whole entire world, so that the whole entire world can judge my work to help me to improve and help me to develop as a filmmaker and as a person. Number 10, I'll be first to admit it, I can't do 10 pull-ups like consecutively. Now, the difference between what I can do now and what I could do before I started like worrying about my actual physical health and well-being is insane. It's incredible. If you told me I'd be able to do the things I can do now, I would laugh in your face. But yes, this goal is also mainly for me to stick to my diet and workout plan. Recently, I've started straying away from it. By recently, I mean like a few months ago, which is quite a while back, but now I'm back on the game. I don't want to focus so much on the film industry and getting myself out there so much that I neglect my personal well-being and my personal health. That goes for mental health and physical health. Number 11, training for a 5K run. Not only training for a 5K run, not only doing a 5K run, but also coming first in the 5K run. Now, I know that, you know, 5K isn't a lot, you know, it's not that hard. For me, it is. For me it is. This 5K is for Race for Life. If you're familiar with Race for Life, you know that it's a charity which, you know, runs for life. Basically what it is a bunch of runs that get organized, and you pay a low like amount of money to enter, and then you run the race, and then all the money goes to cancer research. Now, I'm pretty sure most people, if not all, have been affected by cancer to some degree. I don't mean they have cancer. I mean their relatives, the people they know, their friends, their family, they either had cancer and have been affected by it, or unfortunately passed away. So that's one good deed that I think I would do. It will make me feel better, definitely. But not only that, I've never run a race, like a professional race. I'm actually not cold. Like, cold showers have been banging recently. My fingers are just numb and I can't feel them. which is probably not a good thing. Number 12, donate my hair to charity. Now, my hair's been getting quite long, quite annoyingly long. And the reason I decided to have long hair is because what? You know, washing it might be a bit of a pain, but you get up in the morning with dry hair, tie it in a bun, and it doesn't look half bad, and you just get on with your day. The idea of just like cutting my hair, which I don't really find any like emotional attachment to unless I just look okay and not like a monstrosity. Cutting that off, getting it turned into a wig, and then getting it donated for absolutely no money to a kid who needs it, who might find some kind of joy in like the desperate time that they're going through, which is going through cancer treatment. Like, I feel like that's like a no-brainer. And before anyone says low maintenance, buzz cut, I will actually slap you up. I would look like Humpty Dumpty. So number 13, travel to a different country. And number 14, actually go camping in England. And I don't mean like the shitty campsite camping when you have like showers and a freaking arcade, which is the one I last went to like a few years ago actually still. And that's especially said for people who come from like a background like me, who I've only really traveled to one country because my whole family is in that country. I haven't really had the ability to travel that much, and going, and especially like the idea of cheap travel, that just makes me feel some kind of way. And let's face it, sooner or later we're gonna have to move out of the house where we live with our parents. The sense of independence, we will all be independent at some point. We will all need to leave our parents, leave the nest, you know, fly away. The main thing is that we will be completely alone, you know. We will have our own bills to pay, we will have our own, we won't really have anyone to just talk to in general, just in our house, unless we have flatmates, but that's a whole different thing. And flatmates aren't family, you know. And I'm not saying that, you know, going camping or going to another country will give me that sense of like independent living. It would be more relying on myself just completely, that kind of feeling. I don't have like a backbone to fall on. I don't have, you know, my mum or my dad to console. I don't have my friends to console. Like, if I were to go travel, then I wouldn't have anyone. Well, maybe on the other side of the phone, but that's about it. But also, it's something I genuinely like doing. I mean, I'm genuinely in nature right now, crouching. Number 15 is meet people. Especially throughout this course, like I mentioned before, I've met so many people and learned so much and grew so much as a person, but also as a filmmaker through other people. And we were meant to go like through life with other people, believe it or not, introvert or extrovert, socially awkward or not. We were meant to be in a community of some sorts. I'm not saying you need 20 million friends. I'm just saying that what I'm missing is the kind of community, the kind of like sense of relationship we had in year 6. You know, year 6, it was just, the whole class was friends. The whole class was friendly, at least in my experience. We might look around ourselves now and see, you know, we don't have that. There's no reason not to change that. I don't know, one new person a month, I guess. It's probably gonna be more, but. Man, why is bro whistling? Bro's probably heard the